just got our oil changed. So Mia is almost at 100% capability right now. I'm talking, all I need to do now is change the brakes, because I haven't done that in a minute. Oh, I think I'm supposed to stop for the ambulance, but it was a little bit far away, so I don't even know if you picked up on that on the mic. But yeah, only thing left to do with the car is change the brakes. Oil is changed, up to date, synthetic oil. So it says 128,000 is the next oil change, but he said add 4,000 more miles up to that number, since it's synthetic oil. And we're at 125,000 right now, almost 126, just 230 miles shy of 126,000 miles. So we are in the clear for a couple months. I was gonna say, my shoulders are still a little bit sore, and I don't know if it's from last, what was it, back day? Yeah, last back day that we did shoulders. I hear sirens. Oh, it's coming this way. Okay, yeah, other side of the street. I don't know if it's, well, mainly or partially, I think it's, well, the soreness is due to the actual workout I did, right? Hitting my whole shoulder, which is something I'm not accustomed to. But also partly, and not negligible, is me just rotting in bed, kind of like using my arm as a support whenever I'm in bed scrolling or just watching TV. Because that's not negligible, guys. If you're in your bed for hours on end, staying up on your phone, watching TV, whatever you're doing, and you're on one arm for like 15 minutes and then you switch to the other arm, or maybe you don't switch, maybe just stay in one arm, that's kind of like you'll get a pump from it. Like, not a negligible pump. And if you're doing that day after day after day, that's like hitting your shoulders every day. Like, it's gonna be tired at some point. And I think that's kind of what's going on also, adding on that I hit shoulders every week, if not twice a week, at least once a week. But yeah, if not twice a week, at least once a week, because I do 4 different accessory muscles every other 4 days, right? So after my main lift, I do some other kind of accessory muscle, and right now I have it down to the day. Like, I know what day I have to do what accessory muscle, right? So today is today's arm day. So because of me pushing my leg day back and not doing it, it kind of changed. But I know that today I have to do, what is it, calves, because I did abs. No, I did forearms yesterday, and I did abs the day before that. So that's kind of the cycle, right? I'll do calves today, shoulders tomorrow, then I'll do abs, and then forearms, and then repeat that every 4 days. So about twice a week, every single muscle group, 4 is 8 days. So, and I feel like that's enough time for me to recover. But also got to keep in mind, I can't be leaning on my arm, like using it as a support for maybe even hours on end, because they're not going to recover. At least my shoulder isn't going to recover as much as I want it to. And it's something I can change. It just takes a little bit of discipline and just noticing that I'm doing it, which I do notice it. But when you're in bed, you kind of just want to do what you do, right? You don't want to have to think about, I have to sit straight up like this, not use my arms. You kind of just want to chill. But if it means it's going to get in the way of my recovery, then fuck it. I'll make the change. It's not the end of the world, So just something to think about whenever you're scrolling, whenever it's your scrolling time, because I know I need my scrolling time, guys. I know it's not the best thing in the world, but it's a reality. Yeah. When it comes to my arm day, I was thinking, okay, since my shoulders are still a little bit under recovered, should I push arm day back? And it was only for like 5 seconds, or maybe even less, that I thought about that. Then I was like, what the fuck do my shoulders have to do anything with my arms, with my biceps, with my triceps? Not really that much. I mean, they do kind of come into play just a little bit, just because of the nature of the workout, but you want to really keep that to a minimum. You don't want to be doing too much shoulder work on your bicep and tricep focused arm day, because then it can kind of get a little bit one-sided. I'm talking when you're posting down, whenever you're looking at yourself, you can kind of tell, okay, my shoulders are starting to surpass my buys, right? Whenever you're hitting a double buy, either from the front or the back, and you're looking at yourself, and you'll be able to tell if your shoulders are really well developed, because they will pop out more even so than your buys. I know that's the case for me. I think they're pretty well developed. I think I need to stop doing shoulders, guys, at least for a little bit. But it feels so weird because I usually don't hit shoulders that crazy. Like, I don't do front delts ever, except for that last shoulder day. I did it the whole shoulder. But I would usually only do rear delts, side delts, and I'm not talking crazy lifts. I'm talking maybe 6 sets for both, going super lightweight, just really focusing on using that muscle that I'm trying to hit, either my side or my rear delts. So I'm talking maybe 15-20 pounds, you know. If I'm doing side delts, maybe 30s, right? So, and whenever you're doing side delts or rear delts, it's kind of weird. At least I think so. Like, gauging, okay, I went to failure, because yeah, you can keep going theoretically whenever after your side delts or your rear delts are completely dead, and then your traps will kind of kick in and do most of the work. But I'm not trying to work out my traps whenever I'm doing that. All I want to do is my delts. So if that's what you're aiming for, then you'll notice when you reach a point, you'll notice when you reach the point of failure that you're not going to really feel that exhausted, that burnt in your muscles, or even obviously as a whole, right? You're not going to be huffing and puffing, because it's not a taxing workout exercise. But I'm talking mainly muscle focus. You know that feeling when you're burning, right? Whenever you're doing bicep curls, that feeling is like, shit, okay, I want to get done, because this shit is starting to fucking suck, right? And you just kind of have to push through it. You don't get that same feeling whenever you're doing shoulders. So it's kind of tricky. But as long as you're pushing yourself, telling yourself, okay, one more. And then when you notice the reps are getting a little bit uglier in form, you can kind of know, okay, I think I did enough. Call it. It's one of those muscle groups where it's not, the line of failure isn't that clear. But with time, you'll get better at noticing it. Hopefully, right? We're here, guys. We came a little bit earlier today, maybe in part to miss the wave of teenage kids that like to come at around 4 o'clock. Because I know that's at the time I want to be here, right? But yeah, it's supposed to be a little bit less packed right now, so we'll give it a shot. Something funny happened to me yesterday. The guy that was spotting me for my barbell incline, he had a group of buddies, and they were like, damn, dude, you got 3D shoulders. And I thought that was pretty cool. I got 3D shoulders. Thank you, dog. Shit, that's a huge compliment. And then, he helped me, he spotted me, and then I went about my workout. I finished my chest day, and I started doing fucking forearms, and he came over again, and he was like, yo, can I get a picture? I'm like, talking to me? Mind you, I'd already put my camera setup away, everything, the mic. I was just doing forearms. I don't film that. And he was like, yeah, can I get a picture? I'm like, sure, dude, you're crazy. I mean, I'm not famous or anything, but he's like, he told me, yeah, I know, but in case you blow up one day, I'll have the first picture with you. I'm like, all right, man. I told his friend, this guy's a crazy guy, man. So he took a picture. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm a famous guy now, guys. You're gonna have to deal with me. I thought that was so funny, but let's get this arm day started. I think we're gonna switch it up. No supersets today. Well, at least for my first couple sets. I think we want to do tries first and then hit buys. So no supersetted arms today, which is a switch up. I think my last couple arm days have been, well, nah, I'm lying, but it's good to switch it up every now and then. Let's just go. Now I finally think I found a machine or a stack that can match up to this strength. Nah, actually, if I really wanted to push myself, I go into this next one right next to me, because it goes up to like, I think 150 pounds, and I can't do that for tries even if I wanted to. That's too much. But 100 pounds, that was good. I mean, it was pushing it. I could tell it was pushing my limit. I think I'll drop it like 10 pounds and we'll do some better quality reps. Whew. All right, yeah, I think we'll drop it 10 pounds and focus on taking it slower on the way up on that negative. Perfect. Now this machine should do the trick for what I want. Should allow me to go slow and controlled. Squeeze at the top, bring it back down slowly. And whenever I fail, yeah, I can do some uglier reps, just kind of faster. But I can also help myself, right? Because I'm gonna do it one arm at a time. So that should really help me. And I was thinking about just doing it both arms at a time, you know, because that's the way it's meant to be used. But I don't know what it is with me and machines. Sometimes I can feel one of my arms is doing too much of the work, and it's leaving the other one to kind of just go along for the ride. So we'll just do one arm at a time and ensure that both arms are getting the proper load done to them, proper load amount of work done to them, right? So should be good, should be a good one. Not too much weight loaded. That's 40 pounds per arm. Should do the trick, at least for my starter. Left arm first, since it's my weaker arm. That felt good. That's a completely different kind of set than what I'm used to. I'm talking heavy ass fucking dumbbell, standing dumbbell curls, fucking heavy ass on the ropes, you know, just not really focused on bringing it slowly back down, getting a good stretch. One of you guys mentioned on one of my last videos to get a good stretch, you know, at the bottom, because I would purposely not go for that deep stretch because I'm going so heavy, right? I don't want to tear up my biceps. But whenever if I'm just doing 40 pounds, which is more than manageable weight, then I can definitely take it a little bit slower and get that good stretch at the bottom. So, and that's a different type of targeting for your biceps, which I'm sure I can gain muscle or whatever strength from that. Slightly lighter. I'm talking 10 pounds less than our starter last arm day, if I remember correctly, which was at the school. Talking 50 pounds, because I can kind of tell that if I go too heavy, I'll start using my shoulders a little bit too much. That's not something I want to do at all. So check your ego, go slightly lighter, and just focus on your biceps doing most of the work. and it should be a better set overall. Approach for this last set, for these last two sets. I think I want to go faster paced. Not really too worried about controlling my whole range of motion, because we've been doing that for the last couple sets. Now, if I hadn't been doing that and I've been doing kind of these faster paced sets at first, then obviously I'd want to switch it up. But since it's not the case, we'll just do this. But should be good. Not too heavy. Not too heavy. Let's see how this feels. Too light. 60 pounds. Should be good. I'm really struggling on finding a position I want to be in whenever I do these, because I was watching Sam's latest arm day, which he and what's his name, black guy, fuck, he's a really big guy, I'm going blank with his name, the guy that always tears shit, that he has like a curse or something. Whenever people train with him, they get hurt. Larry Wheels. They had an arm day, and I was looking at Sam's form while he was doing these, and he was kind of like hunching over, arms in front of him, curling, right? And theoretically that makes sense to me, but whenever I try to lean forward, it just feels awkward. Maybe I need to go less weight and really focus, but that's kind of like a focused on Well, I guess I could take it a little bit faster even if I'm hunched over, because whenever I do them how I was just doing them, I could honestly tell that my shoulders are doing a little bit too much work, and not something I'm too crazy about. So maybe I'll give it a shot. Just lean over a little bit, drop the weight, and just kind of see if my buys do a little bit more work. But I can still see my shoulders activating. I don't know. We'll give it a shot. Now, I think this should do the trick. We'll see. Currently 45 pounds are loaded. Maybe it won't be too crazy with the weight, but I'm pretty sure it'll give me a good arm pump. So let's just go for it. I kind of went back on my word. I said I was going to do faster pace, but I felt like that was pretty good. It did what I wanted. It pumped my arms. So faster pace, slower paced. It's really just a switch it up kind of thing. Make sure you're hitting all your heads, all your angles, and yeah. But that's it for arms. Time to go and do calves and cardio. So let's get to it. Let's not waste any more time.